Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Derpify, and welcome back to episode 38 of Gnomoria. Now, in the last episode, I have absolutely no idea. Actually, I do have kind of an idea of what we did. I am just lying a little bit because I haven't played more in about a week. Obviously, because of the vlog that I made earlier today. So if you haven't watched that already, that explains the reason for no Gnomoria for the past week or so, and just what's been happening with the channel and with me. If you're at all interested, go check that out by all means. But in the last episode, yes, we did upgrade the Great Hall. We put in these new sweet ass lapis lazuli blocks. We got downstairs sorted out. We've got a soldier's room, and these rooms are actually taking shape down here. This room is actually completely done. I was waiting for a replace floor command to get done here, and we're just waiting for this final room down here. So we can go ahead and we can designate that area for a personal quarter. So that's going to be really awesome. I don't know who it's going to go to just yet. I'm just going to actually quickly go straight through all of these and check who needs a bed next. So this personal quarters or personal room is going to go to Sabrina, so we'll go ahead and find her. The next person is going to be War Pig. We just need to get the flooring done on his, and we've also got these new ones for the rangers that we've actually set out. So we're going to have to go ahead and go to build terrain, and then actually I think replace floor is in, yeah, it's just right here. So replacing, that's removing, whoops. Okay, so replacing floor and wall is a really handy thing. It allows the guys to basically, I think it's plank, yes, we're going to do plank, and we've only got, I think we're just going to have to cut, oh wait, no, we need, so we haven't got enough birch left. So that is something that we're going to have to get on top of right now, because logs, I think the last time I checked the stocks were kind of low, so we're gonna have to replenish that. We can actually see there is like a ton of pine planks sitting here that's stopping this from being used anymore. So that's kind of weird because the stockpile is right next to it. But we need to search for more birch wood. There is some birch wood here, so we can go ahead. I'm going to try and use this action bar down the bottom here a little bit more. So agriculture and felling trees is what we're going to be doing. We want to make sure the game is playing as well. And we're going to cut down all of these birch woods along here, and we should probably plant some. Oh, there's a birch wood just in there as well. We can actually zoom out and get a way better view of where more birch. I think there was some, yeah, there is some birch up the hill, so that's a bit closer to us, and that stuff should be cleaned out regardless because of the whole thing with the castle that we are going to get to. But we're just maintaining what we've got essentially right now, and just ensuring that we're not going to get snuck up upon by any strong enemies, because we are increasing the worth of the Great Hall. As you can see, we're placing birch plank walls all around it, and the worth of the Great Hall is going to go up tremendously compared to what it was before. We also extended it. We can actually just go ahead, designate area dining room, and we just have to extend the Great Hall to encapsulate or include all of that. We do have stockpiles here for like food and drink and stuff, but to be honest with you, they're not actually being used. So I think I could just go ahead and remove them and increase the size of the Great Hall even more, which is going to be awesome. It's going to bring in more nomads. Oh, actually, we have to increase. Oh, so I haven't actually increased all of these areas of the Great Hall, so we just did that. Those statues can probably stay there. I don't mind them not being right up against the wall, because maybe we should put pillars all around. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing, or at least in the corners. So those torches are going to have to probably move from the corners. We do have some torches here, some pillars and statues actually sitting here. How many do we have? We have pet rocks and stuff. We don't actually have that much pet rocks, and not pet rocks, pillars. But pillars are going to be a great thing to increase the worth of pretty much any room that I feel like. So basically we're going to make some pillars out of bauxite, make about, I don't know, 10 to 15, just a rough number. Now, we did notice in the last episode, I had a little bit of an issue where, and it was actually a viewer that pointed this out, and I thank you always again. Viewers are amazing, you guys leaving comments, helping me, and helping the whole series get along swimmingly. Even though we have nothing swimming, because as we know that gnomes can't swim, at least in this game. We saw that some of the soldiers from our main squad, the Butchered Shadows, were actually like dancing around and doing some weird thing. Basically, they were stuck getting food. Now, I was told by a commenter, a wonderful viewer, that if you release soldiers from an assignment, they often run to get food or drink. Now, if you reassign them before they get to that drink or whilst they're drinking or eating, they tend to get stuck like we had before. So if that happens, if you see some soldiers doing weird stuff, just standing next to somewhere, instead for an extended period, you know, they're not going to the Great Hall to eat, they're not going somewhere to get food, they're just stuck in the one place. You basically have to, what I did is I just came over to the guard station, which actually they're on there right now. The Butcher's Shadows are actually on the training ground, so I essentially took them off of whatever they were doing, so I put this to none. And then I actually watched the people that were stuck just run around and be free. I was like, yes, be free, my little butterfly insect animal thing. And yeah, they basically got out of that little trance that they were hypnotized in, because goblins are known to do a little bit of hypnotism with their like weird little ears that like go pointy, and their noses that are like, I don't know, kind of like a witch's nose. They got like poo on them and stuff like that because they really stink, and they don't really know that they stink because they got poo right on their nose. So it's kind of hard to differentiate between normal smell and poo smell, because if they're the same thing, then you know, you just have no idea. And we can see people, oh, here we go, that's just brilliant. We can see this beautiful woman here is actually replacing that wall with some birchwood planks. I really do hope that these birch wood that I ordered to get cut down have actually been cut down, and they're in the process of being cut down into those planks. So yeah, the soldiers got freed and they ran around, and then once they were pretty much done, whatever they were eating or something, whatever they were doing, I don't know, going to the toilet. That's actually interesting. There are no toilet poo blocks. There are no little bits of poo in the actual Grizzly right now. So you know, the gnomes are pretty damn clean. You gotta give them a really good high five for that, because they're doing a really good job of not shitting everything up, literally and figuratively. So yeah, so I just replaced them onto where they were, and then they all went back and they were no longer stuck, which was awesome. Thank you again for the person who said that awesome advice. So I've had some more advice, and it's actually about sandwiches. So I was having, okay, so people suggested that I go sandwich on repeat, sausage on repeat, and then bread on repeat. Okay, so I've actually got the loaf of bread on repeat, but I need sausages on repeat, because if you're not constantly making sausages, then you're never going to have, you know, more sandwiches to be made. So that's a really smart thing. You got to make sure that you've got, you know, the first thing oh god, I don't even know how to describe it. Just the sandwiches have got to be crafted first, and then the ingredients inside of the sandwich crafted second, so that the sandwiches get done first. And then when they don't have enough ingredients, they go to make the ingredients, which is really what should be happening. What did I even just say then? So we can see that our new range squad is actually sitting here for right now. I've actually started some of the progress. We've actually got quite a big little walkway here. It's not terribly big, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to build some more floors. Now this is going to be basically where the range guys are going to be shooting from, so it's going to be their vantage point, and it's going to be really, really super duper awesome, because we can see right now I'm creating basically the walkway, and I don't know if I think this should, yeah, you know what I should do? Oh, well, it's actually, you know, that's kind of, okay, I just made so many decisions in my head that it's crazy. I was going to continue these block walls along here so that the actual entrance is here, but that's essentially just what is already there. We can see that there are no ramps and no stairs all along here or along here, and actually the training grounds area is finished, so we're gonna have to set that up in just a moment. We can see someone is actually creating the floors for this. So we're going to go ahead and extend this walkway out. Now we don't want to get too close to here, because enemies might be able to reach over, and we're going to essentially make a bit of a platform, just about, or we don't want to go too close to that. We want to make a platform here that's going to allow us to get an advantage on pretty much everything that decides to go near the entrance, and we can actually extend it even further. We'll make it a patrol route, so it's sort of there's a good chance that there'll be ranged people nearest to wherever the goblins are coming in. So obviously, whoa, I almost did the wrong order there. We're going to go ahead and build a workshop. It's going to be a training grounds once again. We should have enough for that. I will cut down some extra trees just in case. I'll actually put this one a little bit, just one block separate, so I can tell the difference. So yeah, we're gonna have to go to agriculture. We're gonna have to cut down some trees. We're gonna go ahead and fell. Actually, I'm gonna see if some of these trees that I've planted have grown. One of those birch, one of those pine has. The apple, no, we don't want to touch that for the moment. None of these trees have actually grown, but we do have some birch. Can I actually access? No, I can't access those two birch wood there, but I think I can access these apple and these birch wood around here. I'll just take the birch actually, because the apples are so useful being so close to everything else. And along those lines, we're gonna have to plant some more trees. I think we've got no birch clippings left, so pine and apple. Okay, so we're gonna put some apple trees along here, because wait, okay, so the grass is growing, which is fantastic to see. It's growing in a bit of a weird manner. It just like grew all along here, and now it's just spreading along here. But I'm a-okay with that, as long as it eventually gets done. So 2 times 20, that's going to be about 40 trees, exactly 40 trees. So there's 40 new apple trees that are going to go along here, and that's going to extend a little bit into the yak pasture, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And speaking of the yaks, they have been gambling and they've been going crazy. We can see this one here is actually pressuring the merchant to give us better prices. You know, like the merchant's like, well, you know, stuff happens and I've got to sell, I've got to make money. And actually that's another thing that happened. I sold all of my bones. You can see none of the bones and skulls, simply because bones and skulls don't have a use at the moment, and that is why I got rid of them. People suggested that I did that, and actually, whoa, what did he just come over? What the hell? He just like dropped his crossbow. What? Wait a minute. What? Did he honestly just drop his crossbow on the ground and then he just ran away without it? What? Wait, what? Wait. Oh no, wait. I think that was a different person, possibly. But I don't know. What the? Where is that? Where did that crossbow go? I don't know. But this catwalk needs to be built so we can put the guard station up on there for the range guys. We can see people training. We can see the blocks getting placed here. Let's check our stocks. In fact, for our wood, because that's going to be okay. So we've got 109 logs. I don't have to worry about that for a while. However, I don't think I have enough birch to be able to make the rest of the Great Hall and these floors down here, because that's quite a lot. Actually, we need to place this bed that's going to go down here, so we're going to go to furniture. It's actually a 4-poster bed, so that's going to be wonderful and lovely. And we're also going to place a torch down there, so we should probably make some more torches as well, which is, oh god, it's also in furniture. And for some reason, my mouse keeps on just being like, nope, I don't want you to do that. But we're going to actually do that and just tell it no, yes. I mean, wait. If it's saying no to us, we're going to say yes to it, and we're going to go over to the carpenter. We do have a couple of torches. Actually, there's like maybe 5 torches and a few beds, but more of those beds are going to need to be in order because there's only 1 sitting there. So I think there's 3 more people in the armory. I mean, not in the army, in the army. Armory, same thing, I guess. And we're also going to have to create some more torches. We'll get about 10 of those lined up. It's also good. It's always good to have a bit of a surplus in that regard. Now, I did speak of the axe earlier, and I didn't, in fact, go to the butcher shop because look at how many. I mean, we've got our emus and alpacas and just all this crazy stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have to remove or butcher some of these yaks. And we can actually do some female yaks as well because they're getting born so quickly. Well, where's the scroll? There's no actual scrolly thing madingy here. Okay, that's a little bit strange, but we're going to put the priority into about 3 because we do have, I think we have like a ridiculous amount of sandwiches. So if we have a look, we'll go down to our food. We've actually got 1,000 fruit, 8 ooh, where did the eggs come from? Emus make eggs, don't they? Yeah, they do. So we've got 29 sandwiches, 204 meat. That meat needs to get turned into sausages, which should happen once I figure out, wait, what's sitting here? Oh, a loaf of wheat bread. So we're going to need to place that somewhere. What is actually this stockpile doing? Is this for sandwiches? Okay, so this one has food, meat. We're going to put loaves of bread in there because why the hell not? Look how much stock room we have there. So loaves of bread are going to move up. This stockpile it's actually on 1 right now, so that is a-okay. And we can see the tinker bench is actually not being used right now. The machine shop, okay, so those bolts, I wonder if they get made out of, okay, so those bolts get made out of metal. I actually want to create, this stone color? No, it's actually the something else. What is it? This it's not the stone cutter, but it's the stone mason. Yeah, so we're gonna have to create some more bolts. I think around, you know, 5 lots of those bolts. And there are doors, and obviously those bolts are going to go to our ranged dudes. The platform is still being built, which is good to see. You can see we've actually got quite a lot of oh, there we go, that's some more. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and hotkey cut down trees. So felled tree is gonna go on 5. I think we don't have anything set on 5, so now we can smack that number, and we'll be able to go ahead and get those actions done really quickly. Now we need, oh, here we go, it's another number 5. We got a number 5 for these trees ready. It is almost like a fast food place, even though in Australia we don't say the numbers of the meals, we just say what they're actually called, which is actually weird. I mean, it would be easy to say the numbers, like I believe America does it, and probably plenty of other countries do it, but for some reason here we just say the whole name, because we're old-fashioned and we like to say, can I please have the burger with the chips on the side and make it tasty? And then that's pretty much it. And hopefully we'll not get actually spit in your burger, but that probably doesn't happen. At least I hope it doesn't happen. So we're gonna go ahead, any clipping, no, we're gonna actually make it pine. Oh wait, oh, I should have taken the clippings from those birch trees that I just cut down. That was a bit of an oversight, but we're going to plant some more trees because, you know, butts of the butts, and just saying butts is a funny thing. Oh, that's actually going to go up there, but we don't, wait. You know, well, let's plant some trees around there to make some, like, you know, lush greenery and just make some sweetness happen in there. And we're going to go ahead and plant some more trees because we do, even though we do have the farm up here, we still want to keep using pretty much the maximum amount of room. Now the grass is still not growing in the direction that I want, which is basically here for the alpacas. I mean the yaks to go in. The alpacas had their own place right here, we can see, and the emus, look at that beautiful egg. That is a wonderful giant egg. That egg's gonna have to go somewhere. So, well, I'm switching far too quickly. Okay, so one more switch and we get back to what we're actually supposed to. So this stockpile here actually holds all of our fruit now, our food and things like that. So we should actually choose egg for now, because that's really close to the actual pasture, and that's gonna have to be a really quick transportation. We don't want to make it too long. We actually see we've got our old doors sitting here. For some reason they haven't been moved yet, because I did make this stockpile actually accept a lot of furniture. Pretty much, yeah, all furniture can actually go into here now. So our beds and our doors and our things and our chairs and even our torches will go into here, as well as our wood and things like that. So that is going to be great. Now we can see that there is a torch in every one of these rooms, increasing the value. So the value is at 172. So I'm guessing, yes, we actually have enough pine to start doing even more of these floors in here, all of these planks. I wish this one would get done first, but you know, the guy's going at his own pace and pretty much what he wants to do. It is not all dependent on what I want, which is sometimes just has to be the case. So we've got a ton of drink. It's actually at 840. I actually spent some of the money from the merchant. I know I mentioned earlier that I sold all the bones and the skulls. I had about 300 value. So I spent all of that basically on things that I didn't completely need. But wait, what? Whoa, wait a minute. He just dropped his stone, not his stone, but we can see here there's like an axe in here, and he dropped like an iron something. His iron hammer. Why did he drop that iron hammer? What? What? That's a bug. That's a big bug. What the hell? Because we can see, in fact, our ranger that dropped his crossbow, he did go and pick it up eventually. I don't know how quick it was, but he did go and pick it up. And now someone in one of the other squads has gone ahead and picked up an axe as opposed to the better hammer. Which, look, he's walking back. Oh, there, he's just picked it back up. What? But what was the point of dropping it? Does he need to drop it to be able to hold a drink? Maybe that's it. That might be it. I'm not completely sure. The sun is set, so we can expect a battle. Now we've almost got the whole of this ranged area. Actually, let's go ahead and pause. We're going to designate, I guess, a patrol route from basically here, and then to here, and then to here, and then to here, and then back over to the last one. And this is going to be called Ranged Death from Above, because that is hopefully what we're going to be raining down, and the ripe slugs and we're going to want to looping it, connect the last waypoint. Yes, we're going to want to loop it. So those guys are going to rush over, and in fact, we're going to have to... Whoa! Okay, no, don't worry, that was just me freaking out for some reason. But don't worry, that is all good there. We just need to actually remove... Wait, this guard station is actually holding no squad, so we can go ahead and remove that designation. Now, for some reason, this is red. Why? No, here we go. There we go. We've got our ranged guys. Look at him. He's patrolling that stuff. A goblin has been spotted. Where is he? I don't see him. Why? But I thought I spotted him. Okay, so we don't actually know where that goblin is. He's probably going to come... Well, there he is. There he is. Now, this is going to be amazing because we get our ranged guys in battle for the first time. We can see he's standing up here. So is this guy. Oh my god, another goblin. Okay, we're going to make sure I actually didn't do that to click on attack. Everyone is going to swoop down. Look at that. One of the goblins is bleeding and he hasn't even come into melee combat with any of our soldiers, and that is because of our ranged dominance. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Look at that. He's already got like extra damage done on him. Everyone rushed out. We can see the range guys still firing from up here, and one is actually down here for whatever reason. But we can see the goblin has died. Is there a second one? I think that one already died. Nope, the second one is here. He's getting attacked. We can see some smashed up bits of something. Some piece of armor is smashed up there. There is another smashed piece of armor, and there we go. The goblin has died. Any of our guys, I don't think got injured there, because none of the... Well, they probably might have gotten a little bit shaken up from the battle, but we can see someone is actually running back without a weapon. Is that... Oh, that's the ranged guy. What happened to him? Is there a reason he dropped his crossbow in the middle of the combat? I really don't know, but we're going to go to events. I'm going to go head on to combat, and we're going to go to... It is the 7th day, so this group fight. Now, let's see what happened right at the beginning. So we can see at the beginning of the battle, JLC shot his bauxite bolt from the crossbow at the goblin, and he hit the right arm, poking the skin, poking the muscle, and poking the bone. So this is before anyone has even been hit on my squad, that the enemy goblin was shot into the muscle of his arm. And we can see here the goblin's right arm that was shot is bleeding, and an artery has been struck. And then what did the goblin do? Well, he swung his copper hammer at Tyzilla25, but Tyzilla dodged the attack. Now, this is just amazing work being done by my military. We can see so much stuff that is being done. Warpick was actually knocked back during the battle. Let's see what happened then. The goblin swings his axe at his copper hammer at Warpig 491, hitting the lower body, smashing the yak leather cuirass, smashing the skin, smashing the abdominal muscles, and crushing the guts. Oh my god, Warpig, I hope you are okay. Warpig and Tyzil was actually knocked down because he got up just there, and we can see there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Like Warpig actually lost his weapon during something, and he started punching the goblin, smashing the skin, smashing the muscle of his left arm. So basically, one of the goblins was like smashed his right arm, the other one was smashed his left arm, and so much awesome stuff happened. It is just incredible. The ranged combat has really made our fights a lot better, because we can actually attack them before they even get near us, before they get the chance to do it. Now, I'm wondering when the goblins will actually start getting their own ranged guys, and I wonder how much ammo we actually have. So we can see on JLC he's got his equipment. Now he's got his quiver and he's got his yak leather helmet. Apart from that, he doesn't actually have... Obviously he's got his crossbow. He doesn't actually have any leather. So let me just go check on military and make sure. So the Mark's Gnome, blah blah blah. Okay, so uniforms is the crossbow. So everything is leather. Okay, that is all set up correctly. But I guess I don't have enough leather stuff in stock for these guys, or they've just been getting broken. Let's go ahead and check out armor. We have copper. Okay, so basically we have a lot of leather greaves, leather braces, and leather gloves, and leather boots. But other parts of our armor haven't actually been made out of leather yet. So leather helms, let's go ahead and create about 4 of those. Leather cuirasses seems to be the thing that's breaking the most. And obviously we've got the rest of these that are pretty much we have enough for. We'll make 2 leather boots just in case. and an extra quiver because we do have a lot of hide, and I figure we may as well. We can actually see this guy here is running around without a quiver. But this copper helmet is going to be used, hopefully. Actually, I think everyone has a copper helmet. So maybe we should set that. Maybe we should set the actual military of our, here we go, of our crossbow to actually have any helmet, and that's essentially going to what? Oh, should we just choose helmet? We'll just choose helmet, or should we just choose any? Okay, we'll choose any. And that's, wait, no. We'll say it's a helmet, it has to be a helmet, and it's going to be any material. So that is going to be awesome. And they're going to be able to pick up some of the better, whoa, Windborb, what, is that, was that Windborb just then that took over that, no, that's JLC, oh, so JLC took off his actual helm, and here he goes, he steals it off the Goblin's head of his stupid body, and he was doing a great job there, just stealing that armor. We're just going to allow him to be much better protected, and that is amazing. So I've had a suggestion for the Great Hall to actually replace the floor to increase the value over what it is right now with lapis lazuli blocks, block floors. And we can see this, god damn, this yak is just, he's making himself feel exactly at home, but I guess I should start to accept that, you know, yaks are just going to be running around doing crazy stuff pretty much throughout this entire playthrough, because that is the way that it happens, and you know, I'm okay with that. But back to the floor of the Great Hall, I'm going to leave it as it is right now because we are pumping up the worth of it with all of this plank walls at the moment, and that's going to introduce more and more enemies and stronger enemies because they're going to be more attracted, you know, they're going to want to come in and steal our worth, you know. But it's a trade-off. So I'm doing really well with military, so that's going to allow me to increase the worth as I'm doing right now. But if I do it too quickly, if I do it too much, without taking the time to see, wait a minute, what the hell? Why is this the front? Why has this person got a war pig? Okay, so you are a ranger, but why are you hanging out down here? You're not in the Moon Coils of Gold. This guard station is for the Moon Coils of Gold, and let's have a look. Actually, yes, the squad Moon Coils of Gold. Warpig is, oh, wait a minute, what? The moon? Oh wait, no. Sorry about that. But why is he? In fact, why is he holding a crossbow? He should not be holding a crossbow. That is why I'm actually really confused. He's got two-handers, so the uniform for a two-handed is any. Oh, I see. Oh wow. Okay, so if you choose any two-handed, it's also going to be able to take pretty much any of the ranged weapons. So how am I gonna sort that out? I guess I could pretty much just find out what Warpig is good at. So we'll go to the population, we'll go to assign, let's find out Warpig. He should be down near the bottom, kind of. Here we go, Warpig. Now Warpig's skills excels in axe, two-handed axe combat or hammer. So we're going to go ahead and select him onto the axe, which is going to allow us to be a lot more, you know, effective, because right now he's carrying around, you know, his ranged weapon, which is not what he should be doing. Someone else should be actually have that ranged weapon. So our two-handed profession, we're just gonna drop the hammer per se, but we're actually dropping the dropping the axe. So our two-handed uniform is going to receive only the two-handed axe. So I think it's called a battle axe. Yes, it's called a battle axe. And the reason, because that I have to choose between axe or hammer, and it seems that most people are better with an axe than a hammer that I've chosen for two-handed. And if I don't do that, if I just leave that at any two-handed, they're going to continue picking up the crossbow, which is what they shouldn't be doing, because that they haven't got the perks for it, they're not in the right place for it. So we can see that guy has probably run back and placed down wherever the hell he decided to place down that wonderful crossbow. So we can see that the second crossbow guy is going to pick that up eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. We've actually got some people sleeping, and one of the Mark's Gnomes is actually sleeping right now. So we've got the replace floor done all through this thing, or through this room. So that is going to allow us to go ahead and designate another area for one of our brand new soldiers. So we've just been talking about War Pig, so he's going to get his own room just in there. I'm going to go ahead and make him his wonderful furniture 4-poster bed, and we're also going to give him a torch in there to keep things a little bit lit up and also to increase the value. So let's go ahead, place a torch in there. That's going to be great. We can see a lot of things are getting worked upon. We can see the beds going downstairs. We've actually got the training. Whoa, I didn't see this happen. We have actually got the training grounds has actually been completely done, so we can go ahead and put the moon coils of gold into there and remove them from this guard station, so they're going to be able to do all of their own combat and fighting and things like that. I believe the moon coils of gold actually has, I believe it's 3 people. So let's go ahead. Yeah, the moon coils of gold has 3 people, which is going to be wonderful. And we can see the final moon coiler. Here we go. War Pig is coming in with his 2-handed to join the sparring battle, and that is really awesome to see. That is going to be the end of episode 38. I really hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or pretty much anything you would like to write down and have me read, I will be reading every single comment as I do on every video, and I'll be replying to everyone that pretty much warrants a reply back from me. So leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed it. My name is Derpify. I'll hope to see you next time.